There we go. This is the first time, obviously, having two Mona, but Jordan, this is the second time for you, right?
Yeah, and I mean, when was that? It's been about 15 months.
It's been a
15
minute,
months.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, you've done a lot of traveling, you've done a lot of media, you've still been pretty busy.
I'm trying to stay busy so I stay out of trouble.
Best way to be, Mona.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Mona, like I said, it's obviously been 15 months since you've obviously been on the show. I mean, what the hell of a journey? I mean, looking at your Instagram, you've been absolutely busy. Do you ever get time to yourself?
No, if I want time to myself, I've learned what I have to do is before I go pick up any of the kids or do any errands, I will find a place to park in my car, lock the doors, and there's nothing I can do other than just have time to myself. That's it. In the car.
I mean, that's fair play there, Jordan. I can't really argue with that one.
Yeah, I know. So, Mona, you've just recently come back from a cruise, which every time I see it, I'm jealous. Not gonna lie, because you've been to some of the places that I've been to on my cruise, and I love it. I've not been to one in like 2 years. I really need to do it. What is it about cruising that you like?
Man, I think this is my seventh cruise, I think.
Rub it in.
In the past couple of years. Yeah. I like it because you can visit so many different places without having to move your luggage. So it's like you get to a port, you can go down, enjoy the port, enjoy the island, enjoy wherever you are, the country you're at, do what you got to do, come back, and then tomorrow, the next day, you are some whole other place. And that's what I like about it. A lot of people say, "Oh my God, I'll never do it." It's actually really fun if you know how to cruise. So that's why we always do it. It's fun.
Definitely. I mean, you've been to, correct me if I'm wrong, I never say it right, Maho Beach, Hale Beach.
My house my favorite. Yeah, I've been to Maho a couple
Yeah.
times. It's my favorite spot.
You also got attacked on the last one, though, didn't you?
I don't know why the ocean was so angry that week, and it's funny because I was speaking to some of the people on the ship, and this is the second time I've done this actual ship, and I remember last time it wasn't as bad, and so I was talking to some of the people that work on the ship, and they're like, last week was not like this. This is just a crazy week, but the ocean was angry, and the waves were about between 10 and 18 feet, according to what the captain was saying. So when I got off, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go like mess around, and then I realized they were so big, and even other people were not going past like 10 yards because it was just such high waves. And then I remember I was with my oldest son, and the rest of my family was watching behind, and I saw this wave coming, and I looked at my son, I'm like, we gotta go. He's like, Mom, we're not gonna make it. There's not enough time to run away. And I'm like, no, we gotta try. He's like, no, you just gotta just take it. And I was like, okay, let me try to see if I can duck under it. Yeah, it just smacked me right in the head, right on the floor, and my whole side was bruised. But it was so funny. Like at the time, I'm like, oh my God, this was like a whiplash. Like what was it? And then now that I look back at it, it was fun. But yeah, big waves that week.
Yeah, crazy.
Absolutely. So obviously we have to talk about wrestling and stuff, but I want to talk about Danhausen because this guy, I mean, it was an interesting debut, but this guy is so over, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's so funny because I met Danhausen when he was here in Detroit and at one of the wrestling conventions here. And I remember I actually sat with okay, go a little further back. I sat with his wife at AEW when Jade was still there and she had like a little baddie section. His wife was a part of that, and we were sitting, and such a wonderful person to speak to. And I remember seeing him, and I'm like, oh, you had a baby. We started having some small talk. I'm like, I interviewed him. I did a TikTok with him, and I'm like, man, like and it was funny because there were a few things he asked for me not to bring up. And so I was like, okay, I wonder where Danhausen's future is going to go with the certain things that he did not want me to bring up. So I was like, yeah, I wonder what's going on. So when I found out it was him going to WWE, I was ecstatic because I know Danhausen. I followed him throughout so many, different promotions he's been a part of. And some of the internet was upset about it. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't even want to fight back the internet and who was upset. Because I said, and I kept telling myself, like, I wish I could tell each and every one of these people that are like, who's Danhausen? What is this? Give it time, because you're going to fall in love with this character. And look at him now. He's so over. Everybody's in love with his character and what he does. And he's cursing I show speed and all this type of thing. So it's like, I knew, like, let's say my job was to defend him and the negativity that was coming out of it when he came to WWE. I knew there was no need to defend. His character will speak for itself. So I'm just very ecstatic to see him in WWE.
Yeah, it's absolutely exciting. I mean, Jordan, I'm not sure if you're a fan.
I'm a fan of Danhausen, yeah, but I've got a quick question for you, Mona. So you've got to rate these 4 people. Funniest: Kit Wilson, Danhausen, Goldust, or R-Truth, in order.
Who was the first one?
Kit Wilson.
Oh,
He can't
Kit
be that
Wilson.
funny.
I love Kit Wilson. I have to rate that. Okay, so I have him, Danhausen, R-Truth, and who did I miss?
Goldust.
Goldust. Okay. I'm gonna go with, oh my gosh, this is hard. I'll go R-Truth,
Okay.
Kit Wilson, Danhausen, Goldust.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I was trying to think of someone else who's funny, but then I'm like, just won't come to my head.
You can even go the Miz sometimes because he's just always
Yeah.
mad. He's always angry. He's always coming out mad at the crowd. The crowd did nothing to him, but he's always upset.
True. William,
It's up to you, man. I've just asked my question.
I've just asked mine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I've lost track of where I'm going. One of the things obviously fans are waiting for is when R-Truth and Danhausen cross paths. Is this something you're waiting for?
Oh my God, yes. So I read on X somebody say that, and I'm like, oh my God, what a great thought. When they cross paths, I think it's just gonna be an absolute iconic thing for TV. And I'm hoping it happens next weekend on WrestleMania because everybody's gonna be watching. And I think it'd be just oh my God, it'd be probably better than the main event. Don't cancel me for saying that. But it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, whatever they come up with.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So just a quick one, Mona. Do you still have beef with Sola?
Oh. I say we're like best friends, but I know we're not. He probably is just like, I never want to see this lady ringside ever again. But yes, I don't know if we ever squashed the beef because last I saw him was in December and at the end of December at a holiday tour in Detroit. I believe it was in Detroit. It was in Michigan. And he still booed me. He still booed me ringside. So I don't think the beef has been squashed yet. So maybe one day Solo and I can see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hopefully Solo's not watching.
No. Though, I will say, at least I know from the source itself, aka Solo, that he's seen my videos because the second he saw me in the media room, he pointed me out and he said, "Oh, I know you." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that means," and he said, "I see your videos." So I was like, at least I know he sees my videos. Maybe not like by force. Maybe just showed up on his For You page.
Never know. Right. So the interesting thing is now is we're on the cusp of obviously of WrestleMania. How would you obviously summarize the build-up in a way?
Ooh, the build-up of WrestleMania. Obviously there's other WrestleManias that I think other WrestleManias had a big, deeper build-up, but the storylines were completely different. So every year the build-up is going to look a bit different depending on what the storylines are. You can't compare it to WrestleMania 40 because obviously The Rock, the Bloodline, the Cody situation, that build-up, there was nothing that will ever top that off. So, and I think it's so hard to go head-to-head with a build-up like that compared to this year's because you don't have that storyline that actually ran so deep. And I'm excited. Look, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm excited for WrestleMania no matter what. It's still the biggest stage of them all, and you don't know you don't know what they have planned. Go in there, be excited, enjoy the product, because at the end of the day, like you get this big stage one time a year. So it may not be as big as WrestleMania 40, but I'm still very excited for it.
Absolutely. So I've got a follow-up question from that. I mean, what matches are you looking forward to?
Oh, that's a great question. There's a lot I'm looking forward to. I mean, Oba and Brock, I really think is going to be such a powerhouse of a match, and they are very smart to put that first on ESPN before it moves over to ESPN Plus because it's going to get that crowd going. So I'm very excited for that. Obviously, I'm very excited to see how Cody and Randy do. And I'm excited to see how Roman and CM Punk do. Obviously, the main events. Liv Morgan, I hope she's cleared in time for that. I'd love to see Liv Morgan and Stephanie go at it. So there's a lot I'm excited for. But to be honest with you, the Oba and Brock, I'm extremely excited for.
I personally think that Oba and Brock has been probably the best build up this year. I mean, it was Randy and Cody, but then my opinion last week was just like, why? How? How the hell did we get here? Personally, I don't know if you would agree with me, but we could have had a certain someone who got cleared of so many charges recently. That would have made more sense. Ted DiBiase.
It would have, but how do we know he still won't show up?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I also feel like, though, and I said this, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I said this, and I'm going to say it again. I do truly believe Triple H is very big on making sure that people that are on the roster, working their butt off, get that WrestleMania moment without it being outshined by somebody else.
Yeah.
So so it's just like, I think, and I understand where he's coming from. Give these people their time to shine without anybody else interrupting. Look what happened when Pat McAfee got involved. People went crazy. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously I want to talk a little bit about the social media side in wrestling, because let's be honest, when something happens, everyone just goes hell for leather. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Would you say social media is outweighs the bad in wrestling in a way?
Ooh, it depends on how you take it. So if you are, easily upset by other people's opinions, then social media is not going to be an enjoyable place for you. We are all entitled to our own opinions and feelings, but there's a certain level that you take it to express that on the internet. So if you see something that's, an opinion of someone else's that you don't like, there's no need to degrade or go after that person as if they broke your arm, and I've learned fairly quickly that the internet, yes, can be a very negative place. And especially if it's something they don't like. So on X especially, I slowed down on posting there because I've realized how nasty it could get. And it's like, it costs nothing to be nice and it costs more stress to be mean. Why? You don't know what people are going through. So somebody may have some sort of emotional connection to a storyline or to a wrestler, and they're upset about how something went, and it's okay. But there's no need to attack someone just because of their opinion. So yes, there is a lot of negativity on the internet, but I truly believe at the end of the day, any publicity is good publicity. So if you're talking about WWE, whether it's good or bad, people are going to hear about it. And it's kind of like when Madonna first came out and she started singing. She got very bad publicity because of the way she came out, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's just so provocative. But it was a smart business move because people still watched it. And that's exactly what's going to happen with WWE.
It's funny you mentioned Twitter as well, or X. I mean, that's one thing I tend to stay away from, because you hit the nail on the head. It's really a dark place sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I stay away, because it can be a very dark. I'll go on there, I still go on there daily, and I'll look to see, what people are posting. Maybe there's certain people in this space that I support and just want to, they're announcing something and I want to show my support back. But to actually interact with people on there, I keep that to a bare minimum, because it can be very dark. And I've been caught up in a tweet that went viral, and it was just one of those things where people just started attacking and saying nasty things, and it took a toll on me. And I'm like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. So I just completely stopped really interacting very much on there because of that.
Okay.
I think that's best way to be in it. Just keep your circle very small. But obviously, the people that you do have in your circle, choose them wisely. That's what someone told me recently, and I'm a big advocate for that. But you mentioned there, this space, the IWC. Who is your favorite content creators that you like to support or just keep an eye on?
Oh my God, there's so many. If I list them all, I'll be sitting here for an hour. And I don't want to miss anybody and somebody get upset with me. But look, there are a couple of people in this space that I genuinely have a good relationship with, and I speak to almost daily. You know, Justin the Wrestling Classic is one of my good friends out there. He has been such a good friend in the space because I was more newer and he's been in it prior. So I've always give him an honorable mention because he's a good friend of mine. So Justin the Wrestling Classic, wow, there's a lot of people. Alex, Queen of the Ring, she's wonderful. I'm not gonna mention Sean Ross Sapp, okay, because he speaks for himself. But he's a good, obviously good person to always follow. I know sometimes he gets some heat, but he worked so hard to get to where he's at today. Um, Goodness, I'm drawing a blank because there's so many. Adrian, if anybody knows Adrian, he's wonderful. He's such a good friend of mine. I see him all the time. So listen, everybody that's in this wrestling space that's working hard, they all deserve an honorable mention. I wish I could mention them all, but you know what? I try to support everyone because it's always nice to see support, even if nobody asks for it. You know, it's just a good thing to do. Always support the people that are in the similar space as you, because we're all trying to put something out there.
I like that.
Well
Really
said.
do.
Well, yep, I couldn't have worded that any better. So, as we obviously alluded to in the introduction, it's 15 months obviously you've been on the show. What's some of your favourite moments, obviously, during that time frame?
Which time frame?
Between the 15 months, obviously, you last on the show.
I'm sorry, I don't know if my service, you're breaking up.
Yeah, so obviously you've been on the show 15 months ago. I mean, what's some of your favourite highlights from? Yeah.
Oh gosh. What you're gonna ask me for 15 months ago? Shoot. Okay. Let's see. Obviously, John Cena had his retirement tour. We know that was absolutely amazing. It was great to see him and Randy Orton go at it. That was good. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. John Cena. A lot of John Cena matches, if you can't tell. Those are one of my favorite. Wow. There's a lot. Look, I really like the Becky Lynch storyline. Even since the show, like all the different type of storylines that she had, Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, that was actually good. I know some people had some negative comments to say about that match, but I actually really enjoyed that match. Man, you're asking me 15 months ago. There's a lot that I really liked. I can't even list them, but to be honest with you, a lot of the John Cena matches are what were my favorite, just because I really tried to soak in every match the best I could, knowing that this was his final one.
Yeah, one of my favorites is him and AJ. That was an absolute blast.
Don't ask me about Gunther matches, because I'm not saying that.
Not even on my list.
No, that's probably, yeah. Him and Punk, the pipe bomb when he comes down as Punk, that was quite good.
Yeah.
But we're heading up to WrestleMania week, like 2 weeks away, 2 weeks away.
Next weekend,
Yeah.
Time's flying.
Yeah, that is, yeah. We're 4 months into the year. What do you have planned for WrestleMania week? Because I saw you put that you've got, like, you want to film a lot of content, you're going to be there. What do you have planned for that week?
There is a lot going on. I will be there on Wednesday. I know Wednesday I do land, and I'm hoping to get straight to Naomi's art show. She will be down there. If nobody knows Naomi, but she does this amazing art for wrestling. Even The Rock wanted to purchase one of her paintings off of her. I will be there Wednesday. Thursday I do got something going on as well. Once I get the information on that, I will post it. I just don't have it yet to say, but obviously I will be at WrestleMania. I would like to also catch WrestleCon. I would like to catch some indie shows, and I'll be at WWE World Fanatics' event. I hope to be a part of that too. So I will be an Energizer Bunny in Vegas, running around trying to catch as much as I can, but just the ones I listed so far, those are what I'll be at.
Will you be interviewing anyone?
I'm sorry. Interview. I don't have that information yet, to be honest with you.
She's not saying.
I don't have that information yet.
Nice.
Okay. So you mentioned obviously John Cena. I want to get your thoughts on this. In your honest opinion, where does John Cena stack up among the greats?
Oh, John Cena is in the top 5 in my opinion, and I'll tell you, it's not just because of his wrestling career. It's because of the fact that John Cena came into this company making only $1,000 a month. And I don't know if a lot of people knows this, and his rent was $1,000 a month. And he started with nothing, and he set himself out to prove himself to be one of the best wrestlers out there. And not only that, you know, the way he is on the mic, the way he is outside of the ring as well makes him one of the best. And he's a very professional athlete, and he also carries himself very well. You don't see him much in the news, I should say. And that's why it's like, it's not just about being a wrestler, it's about who you are as a person and what you also do with the resources that you have as a celebrity or, you know, a professional athlete. Being one of the top Make-A-Wish people, you know, to me is just like, is a lot, because kids are like my soft spot. And so for me, I feel like he's in the top 5 and he deserves it. And I honestly thought he would be in the Hall of Fame this year, but obviously he's hosting this year. So I don't know if that's even going to be a possibility more, being that it's next weekend. But I do believe he is one of the greatest out there.
Okay. One reason I'm going to ask you the same question. Where does he stack up?
Who?
I don't think Mona could have put it any better. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. But it's like when you see videos, like I saw a video of him recently, like some random person was just filming, do you know, like getting in his face. You know what I'm on about. And then I'm not saying got heated, but in the moment you can get a little bit angry or upset. But then he goes back and then apologizes. And then it's like, sorry, I was just in the heat of the moment and stuff like that. But it's just, like you mentioned, it's how he presents himself. It's how he comes across. It's how genuine, down to earth he is. You can tell that no matter what you do. And one other video that hits me is like, I think it was like in 2017. He sat on a chair and then he's doing like one of his Make-A-Wish, and then there's a video playing, and it was a kid who's, I'm not saying dying, but he's like terminally ill, and the video hits him, and he doesn't show emotion much, but when Make-A-Wish, it proper does hit him.
Yeah.
Great guy. Never
Yeah.
met him, but great guy. Liam, what about you?
I mean, I think you're both pretty best. I mean, he's definitely up there. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I love the evolution of the character as well. Do you know what I mean? From that time he come out with Kurt Angle. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think he'd go on to be where he is now, and I think Mona said it best. He's definitely in the top 5. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my opinion. What is your fandom like in 2026, Mona, for professional wrestling?
Oh. Do I say, can I say it? I don't know. Wow. I don't know what 2026 is even gonna bring. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I'm just going along for the ride. I'm trying to just live with how things are, because, we just talked about social media and how the impact of social media can take. I'm just trying to be a fan and enjoy what's out there, because I feel like there's so much going on behind the scenes we have no idea about. And if I sit and just try to pinpoint how I want my fandom to be, I could be completely wrong. So I'm just going along for the ride. I'm trying my best to just see what I can do this year. But I'm going to say I don't know, because I don't want to disappoint myself if it's something, you know, if I'm trying to be a fan of something and then it's just completely different on what's on TV.
Yeah, I get that.
I think that's a fair little thing to say. So, what's something fans will never understand in professional wrestling, from your honest opinion?
That we're not the ones, that we don't know what's going on. We don't really know. You can have the rumors, and the rap sheets always put certain things and saying, oh, this is what's going on. And, you know, these people are arguing. Look at these text messages. We really don't know the truth. And we also don't know what's going on in wrestlers' lives. So if we see a storyline turn, okay, or we see somebody show up and put an ultimatum on a match, we don't know what's going on in that person's life for that to be on television. So one thing we have to understand is, you may not like something, you may not agree with something, or you're confused why a certain storyline is turning a certain way. But what if that wrestler, what if somebody behind the scenes, something is going on in their lives, and they need to do that in order for this person to solve whatever's going on in their lives. So, and this really has to do with like Pat McAfee. We don't know why he was brought back. You can say, oh my God, it was to help ticket sales or whatever the situation is. Well, what if Pat McAfee is going through something and he needs to be off TV? We don't know. So one thing I wish people would understand is that we can speculate all we want, but we're not the ones behind the scenes listening to these conversations.
And this is why I don't read the rap sheets.
Yep.
Yeah. So in the last 15 months, I know we keep saying that time frame, 15 months, it's quite famous on this episode at the moment. I've said this and I've asked you this on the last episode, but burnout and mental health, how has yours been in the last like 15 months? Because obviously I got brought up like obviously check on people and like see how people are and stuff. Well, I got bullied as a kid, so it's just I like to. I'm not saying see how you are, but like just how has it been? Because wrestling, like you mentioned, wrestling can be a dark place, like sometimes in social media. And I noticed like a few months back, you took a little step away from social media as well.
I appreciate you asking that, and I wish more people would do that. Look, I can't put wrestling first in my life. And I say that, and I'm always honest about that, because I am a wife, I am a mom, I have other things going on. There's 4 people in my life that are the most important things to me. So that's why like wrestling can be a dark space, and that's why sometimes you will see I'm not constantly posting about wrestling. It's because I can't. It's because I have people that rely on me. And I have people that I'm raising to try to be good in this world, because it already sucks. So, I have a good support system, but there are people out there that don't. And so that's why it's very important to watch the words you say. Smile, always smile, no matter what. There could be somebody that's like on their final straw, but maybe you just smiling at that person turns their day around, or a compliment. So as much as I want to say, oh, how my mental health is doing, I want to take this opportunity to just put out there that we are all going through something. We all have our struggles in life. Be kind to one another, help each other, hold the door for someone, say thank you, compliment someone if you can. You see someone wearing something that you may like, speak up, say, hey, that's a beautiful shirt, or hey, your hair is beautiful, something, because these kind words actually will help us change the world and help our mental health. So if you find something negative on the internet that's upsetting you, close that app, walk away from it, speak to someone, talk to someone. There's always somebody out there. Even if you feel like there isn't, there will be somebody out there to listen. So ask. That's my comment.
I couldn't have worded that any better.
Yeah.
I generally couldn't. Johnny, got another question? Because I can't think at the minute. I'm really just like choked up with just what you just said there.
Yeah. So there's something, Mona, that we like to do that we've recently started. It's called like rapid questions, or just like ask questions A or B and stuff like that. So if you're happy to do it, then we'll carry on.
Let's do it.
Liam, you know I'm going to ask the first, don't you?
Yes, I do. Go ahead. I'll wait for this one.
Detroit with your family, like go to a game, or front row seats at WrestleMania with your family.
Oh my God, you did not just ask me that. Okay. God, I gotta be rapid about this too.
Well, you can take your time.
I'm gonna go front row WrestleMania.
Wow, I did not expect that, because I know how very patriotic you are for Detroit.
I know. I love Detroit. Always. It's front row WrestleMania. Who would say no to that?
That's true, especially with the ticket prices as well.
Yeah.
Mine kind of falls on from that WrestleMania or Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
Okay. Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
I'll do.
Okay.
I know that.
Text or call?
What is it?
Text or call?
Text, please. Always. Don't call me. I'll never answer.
Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Danhausen or R-Truth?
R-Truth.
Guess who's cursed?
Danhausen, I'm sorry.
A cruise or a trip to the Maldives?
A trip to the Maldives.
You surprised me here.
I know.
Oh dear. Lunch or dinner?
Lunch.
Day or night?
Night.
One final one
Castle.
from me. One final one from me. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Okay. Hershey's chocolate or what's British? Penguin from the UK. I don't know if you've had one.
Yes, I have a penguin from the UK.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I was surprised.
Yeah.
A cruise or flying?
Cruise. I hate flying.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of anymore. Yeah, you surprised me there. Wow.
I know you're gonna be stumped on the first question. It stressed me out.
We
Oh,
actually
you've
spoke about it.
got to be.
We actually spoke about that before you came on. We're like, should we ask this one? I'm like, yeah, why not?
It was a good one.
But there's certain questions like that first one that I got, like, kind of, not saying tricks you, but you get you thinking. I've asked quite a few people, stuff like that, and it gets them every time.
It was great. It was good. I liked it. I actually liked the rapid question. That's a good one. That was good.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Liam?
Yeah.
So what's obviously the plans now, obviously, for the rest of the year?
Ooh, okay. I have a lot of traveling coming up. I'll be honest with you. Not always wrestling related, but there are. I think I'm traveling almost every month except for June. But
Cruises?
Cruises, concerts, just getting away from Michigan. But I do have a few cruises already planned for this year. I have a couple concerts. One is in Vegas. I will be going to, and then I do hope to make it out to SummerSlam this year. Money in the Bank. Those are hopefully in the future. I never like to say, hey, I'm doing this and this and this because I don't know when plans change. The last two WrestleManias I missed. I had planned to go, tickets, everything ready to go, and I caught the flu 2 times in a year right around WrestleMania. So I'm locked in my house and I'm not leaving until I got to go to Vegas because I'm not catching no damn flu this year. So, but that's what I have planned, and as long as nothing gets in the way, that's what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. So the final two questions from me. I don't know if I might have anything else, but I've asked you this before, but for people that might want to like rejuggle their algorithm and this one might pop up, who doesn't know, what is your Mount Rushmore?
Ooh, okay. So we already said John Cena because I stand by that. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, China, and then I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is hard. I'm gonna go. This is really hard. There's so many good wrestlers. I'm going to put Ric Flair on there and the Ultimate Warrior.
No, Kit Wilson.
No, Kit Wilson's gonna have. You know what? We'll just have to see if he can make it to the top of how funny he is. Because I think I put him at the bottom of that list when we started.
Yeah, you did.
He's
Maybe
awesome.
Maybe in another 15 months it might change again.
Kit Wilson's hilarious.
He's British. What do you expect?
Yeah, he's hilarious. I hope I run into him next weekend.
You
But
probably will now.
Nothing from me, Jordan Paul.
So the same question like I asked last year. Obviously, we've just kind of been a little bit motivational throughout this episode. But what is a motivational quote or saying from Mona?
Ooh, but I would have to say, be kind to one another and always look for the best in people versus the worst. And your perspective may change.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
So one last thing that we're going to do is I'm going to say thank you on behalf of me and probably Liam as well. You're going to say whatever you want, and then we are going to end it. If you want to plug anything, say anything, you do you, and then I'll end it. But thank you for coming on from me.
Thank you guys. This was great. We got to do it again.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been one of the most inspirational episodes I've done. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys having me on. It's been such an honor. It's so fun talking to both of you. This is one of the best I've been on.
I appreciate that, Mona. Thank you.